What if you could wake up every day feeling lit from within, driven by a purpose deeper than any job title? That's the power of aligning with your calling, and this is No Limits, the podcast that guides you on that journey.
Ever catch yourself just staring out the window, kind of lost in a daydream about, what you should be doing?
Ah, yes.
Like there's this hidden talent or this burning passion just simmering beneath the surface.
Right.
Just waiting for the right moment to, erupt.
Right.
Well, today, we're diving headfirst into that very mystery.
Okay.
That quest for meaning, for purpose, for that elusive idea of finding your calling.
It's a question that really has captivated, I think, philosophers, regular folks alike for centuries.
Right.
And it's a question that speaks to something, I think, deeply human within us.
Yeah.
This desire to live a life of purpose.
Yes.
But, before we get sort of swept away by the grandeur of it all,
Right.
let's unpack what we even really mean by calling.
Okay.
Because it can sound awfully mystical.
Yeah, it does.
Like we're waiting for a bolt of lightning to strike and reveal our destiny.
Okay, yeah, lightning bolts are cool and all.
Right.
Maybe a tad dramatic for career advice. So is finding your calling really that cryptic?
Right.
Or is it something a little more, shall we say, grounded?
Well, it's certainly not about waiting for a booming voice from the heavens.
Oh, hey.
You know, think of it instead like tuning into a radio frequency.
Okay.
It's about identifying what genuinely lights you up, what gives you energy, even when faced with challenges.
Yeah.
That magical intersection of your talents, your values, and a need in the world that only you seem uniquely equipped to fill.
So it's that feeling of, this is what I was meant to do, even if it's not always easy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But why is finding this alignment, as you call it, why is it so crucial? I mean, can't we just find a decent job, enjoy some hobbies on the side, and just call it a day?
Absolutely. And I think, that works for some.
Yeah.
But imagine a life where Monday mornings feel less like a chore and more like stepping onto a path that genuinely excites you.
Okay.
When your daily actions resonate with your core values, something fascinating happens.
Right.
You tap into a wellspring of resilience.
Okay.
Your energy levels soar. And you experience this profound sense of satisfaction that it permeates every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. It's not just about you. This alignment has a ripple effect,
Okay.
influencing how you interact with the world, how you approach challenges, even how you show up in your relationships.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal here.
Yeah.
It's like when you're genuinely excited about something, that enthusiasm, it's contagious. It just radiates outwards.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And conversely, when we're out of alignment, when we're forcing ourselves into boxes that don't quite fit,
Right.
it drains our energy, and that can have a ripple effect too.
Yeah.
So how do we tap into this elusive calling? Is there a magical quiz we can take?
I hope it's more exciting than a quiz.
Right.
Fill in the bubbles to discover your destiny. Doesn't sound quite right, does it?
Not quite. It's an exciting journey of self-discovery.
Okay.
A deep dive into the core of who you are and what makes you tick. Okay. And while there's no one-size-fits-all answer, there are some intriguing strategies we can use to get those aha moments flowing.
Okay, good.
One surprisingly simple yet powerful method is to pay close attention to your energy levels.
Energy levels. I can get behind that. So we're talking less about chugging espresso.
Right.
And more about noticing those moments when we feel truly alive and engaged, right?
You've got it.
Okay.
It's about tuning into your internal compass.
Okay.
What activities, what tasks, what conversations leave you feeling energized even after, hours have flown by?
Yeah.
Think back to those moments when you were so engrossed in something that you completely lost track of time.
Yes.
That, my friend, is a huge clue pointing you towards your calling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but also a little terrified to admit how much time disappears when I fall down a Wikipedia rabbit hole.
All right.
So how do we translate, lost track of time into found my calling?
Well, to start, don't discount those Wikipedia rabbit holes.
Yeah.
That insatiable curiosity is a signpost, too.
Okay.
But to make sense of it all, I often recommend keeping an energy journal.
Okay.
For a week or two, simply jot down your energy levels after various activities.
Okay.
Work projects, hobbies, even social interactions.
Okay, an energy journal.
Yeah.
I'm liking the sound of that.
Right.
It's practical.
Yeah.
It's trackable.
Yeah.
Way less intimidating than quitting my job and becoming a nomadic goat herder to find myself.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with goat herding, but I digress.
Of course.
So we're tracking our energy levels, noticing those moments of flow. What other breadcrumbs can we follow on this trail to our calling?
This is where things get really fascinating. Those moments of energized focus,
Okay.
those are like gold nuggets.
Okay.
But we need to dig a bit deeper to understand like their significance.
Okay.
And for that, we turn to the rich tapestry of your past experiences.
Now, hold on. Are we talking full-on therapy session here?
Right.
Because I did not come prepared to, like, unpack my childhood trauma in relation to choosing between a career in marketing or, opening a bakery.
No.
No need for couches or tissues just yet.
Okay, good.
This is about reflection, not regression.
Okay.
Think back to moments in your life,
Well,
big or small,
yeah.
where you felt a genuine sense of joy, accomplishment, or fulfillment.
Okay.
And yes, those childhood memories we touched on earlier,
Yeah.
they're a goldmine.
Childhood. Back when the only deadlines were bedtime and the biggest decision was what color crayon to use.
Right.
But how do those carefree days, like how do they connect to our adult calling?
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit, simplistic?
Not at all.
Okay.
Think about it. As children, we're naturally drawn to activities that just spark our curiosity and bring us joy. We're less concerned with what we should be doing.
Right.
And more focused on what feels intrinsically rewarding.
Right, yeah.
Remember those passions.
Yeah.
They hold clues.
Not necessarily to the what of your calling, but the why.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Right.
It's not about literally recreating your childhood bedroom fort,
Right.
but understanding why that brought you so much joy.
Exactly.
Was it the problem solving,
Yeah.
the creativity, the feeling of building something tangible?
Precisely. Uncovering the essence of what drew you to those childhood pursuits can provide surprising clarity about your values and motivations as an adult.
Wow.
It's like connecting the dots between who you were then and who you are becoming now.
Okay.
But what if someone feels like they've lost that spark?
Right.
Life has a way of doing that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Responsibilities pile up, we get caught in the daily grind,
Yeah.
and those childhood dreams start to feel like a distant, faded photograph.
Tell me about it. Sometimes adulting feels like a masterclass in extinguishing joy.
Right.
But I have a feeling you're going to tell me that spark is still there,
Yeah.
just buried under a mountain of laundry and unread emails.
You're remarkably perceptive. That spark is never truly gone.
Okay.
It might be flickering faintly, but it's still there, waiting for the right gust of wind to kind of rekindle the flame.
Okay.
And one of the most powerful ways to fan those embers is by actively engaging with your natural curiosity.
Ooh, curiosity. Now we're talking my language.
Yeah.
What's fascinating to me about curiosity is that it doesn't require a grand plan or a sudden life overhaul.
Right.
It can be as simple as following a new thread, asking an unexpected question, or allowing yourself to get delightfully sidetracked by a new book, a documentary, a podcast.
And that, my friend, is where the magic happens.
Okay.
Pay attention to those moments when you find yourself utterly absorbed in a topic.
Yeah.
That insatiable desire to learn more, to delve deeper.
Yeah.
That's your calling sending you smoke signals.
Okay. So we're following our curiosity. We're revisiting those childhood joys. What other strategies can help us uncover these hidden signposts on the path to our calling?
Sometimes the most profound insights emerge not through solitary contemplation,
Okay.
but through the simple act of conversation.
Wait, so you're saying talking about my obsession with sourdough bread baking could actually be productive?
Yes, you never know. Sometimes articulating our passions out loud, bouncing ideas off another person,
Okay.
can illuminate connections and possibilities we hadn't considered before.
I can see that. It's like those moments when you're explaining something to someone else and suddenly it clicks into place for you too.
Right.
It's like our thoughts need that sounding board to fully form.
Precisely. And you never know, the other person might offer a fresh perspective, a new angle, or even just a listening ear that helps you kind of untangle those knotted up thoughts.
Right. Yeah. This is all so eye-opening. It's amazing how many clues we might be overlooking in our everyday lives.
Right.
But let's be honest, knowing where to look is only half the battle.
Yeah.
How do we actually bridge the gap between those aha moments and taking real, tangible action? Because inspiration without action is just, well, a nice thought.
You're absolutely right. Discovering our passions is an incredible first step.
Yeah.
But it's the doing, the translating of that insight into action
Yes.
that truly brings our calling to life.
Yes.
And that's where things get really exciting.
So we've uncovered these hidden passions. We're journaling about our energy levels. We're even chatting with friends about our sourdough empires.
Right.
But how do we take that leap from insight to action?
Right.
Because let's face it, knowing our calling and actually like living it,
Yeah.
those can feel like two entirely different universes.
Yeah, and yet those universes are connected by a bridge, and it's a bridge we build ourselves brick by brick through action.
Okay.
And the beauty of it is those bricks, they don't have to be massive, life-altering leaps of faith.
Right.
Often it's the small, consistent steps that create the most powerful momentum.
Yeah, I'm all about breaking down intimidating tasks into manageable bites. So how do we apply that like micro step mentality to something as big as pursuing our calling?
Imagine your calling as this magnificent mosaic.
Okay.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the grand picture, right?
Right.
But if we shift our focus to placing just one tiny tile at a time,
Okay.
suddenly the task feels manageable,
Right.
even exciting.
Okay.
You want to be a writer? Commit to writing for 15 minutes each day.
Okay.
Dream of opening a bakery, perfect a new sourdough recipe every week.
Okay.
Those small actions, those individual tiles,
Yeah.
they gradually come together to reveal the bigger picture.
I love that visual.
Yeah.
It's not about pressuring ourselves to have it all figured out, but rather about just showing up consistently and letting those actions build upon each other.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, fear and doubt are often lurking in the shadows, ready to trip us up right as we're about to lay down that first tile.
Ah, yes. Fear and doubt. Those pesky companions are often the loudest right before we're about to step into, like, our greatest growth.
Oh, interesting.
But what if, instead of viewing them as roadblocks, we reframed them as signposts,
Okay.
pointing us towards the areas that matter most to us?
Okay, so fear is a compass. That's a new perspective.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Those things we fear most, those dreams that make our hearts race a little faster,
Yeah.
they often hold the keys to our most authentic selves.
Wow.
So instead of letting fear paralyze us,
Right.
we can learn to dance with it,
Okay.
use it as fuel to propel us forward.
Embrace the fear, fuel the dream. I like it. But let's be real. Sometimes we need a little extra support to quiet those inner critics.
100%.
Yeah.
Surrounding ourselves with a supportive community is crucial.
Yeah.
Think of it like building a cheering section for your dreams.
Okay.
Friends, family, mentors who believe in your potential even when you find it hard to see it yourself.
I'm a firm believer in the power of cheerleaders.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we find these like amazing supportive individuals? Are they just wandering around with dream supporter badges on or something?
Wouldn't that be convenient?
Right.
Sometimes they're closer than we think.
Okay.
Start by reaching out to people in your existing network who inspire you,
What?
who embodies the qualities you admire. And
Right.
don't underestimate the power of seeking out mentors in your field of interest,
Right.
those who have walked a similar path and can offer like invaluable guidance.
It's like having a guide on the side, someone who's been there, done that, and can offer a map and a compass to navigate the terrain. So we've got our micro steps, our fearless mindset, our cheering section. What other tools can help us turn our calling into a lasting reality?
This is where cultivating a growth mindset becomes essential.
Okay.
It's about approaching our calling as an ongoing journey, not a fixed destination.
Growth mindset. That's a term I've heard thrown around, but honestly, I'm not sure I fully grasp it. Break it down for me.
Imagine it this way. With a fixed mindset, we believe our abilities are set in stone.
Okay.
Challenges become threats, setbacks are seen as failures.
Right.
But with a growth mindset, we embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's about reframing those inevitable obstacles as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks.
Exactly. And that shift in perspective is incredibly empowering.
Okay.
It allows us to view our journey with a sense of curiosity and resilience,
Yeah.
knowing that each twist and turn is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and refine our path.
Right.
But here's the thing. Life rarely follows a straight line.
Right.
What happens when our circumstances change, our priorities shift, or we simply evolve as individuals?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because we're not static beings. We grow, we change. Our passions might even morph into something new and unexpected.
And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's beautiful. Finding our calling isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing conversation we have with ourselves, a constant process of checking in, recalibrating, and making sure our actions are still in alignment with our evolving values and aspirations.
So it's less about clinging to a rigid definition of our calling and more about embracing the fluidity of life, recognizing that our passions might take unexpected detours along the way.
You got it. Think of it like tending a garden.
Okay.
We plant seeds, we nurture them, we adjust our approach based on the weather, the season, the changing needs of the plants.
I love that analogy. It takes the pressure off, like needing to have all the answers up front.
Mm.
So how do we stay connected to our calling amidst all the inevitable changes and challenges life throws our way?
Regular reflection is key.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Even setting aside a few minutes each week to journal, meditate, or simply take stock of how you're feeling can make a world of difference.
Okay.
Ask yourself, what's lighting me up these days? What feels draining or misaligned? Those answers can provide invaluable insights into where you might need to course correct.
It's like having a check-in with ourselves,
Yeah.
making sure we're still on a path that feels aligned and energizing. But life can get so hectic. How do we keep those bigger aspirations, like front and center amidst the daily grind?
Remember those vision boards. Keep them visible.
Right.
Surround yourself with images, quotes, or objects that spark joy and remind you of your aspirations. And don't underestimate the power of ritual. Maybe it's a morning meditation practice, a weekly journaling session, or a monthly coffee date with a friend to discuss your dreams. Find what works for you and weave it into the fabric of your life.
This has been such an inspiring conversation. I feel like I'm walking away with like a renewed sense of excitement for this journey, even with all its inevitable twists and turns.
Right.
But before we wrap things up, there's one more big idea I'd love to touch on. Legacy.
Yes.
It's a powerful word, and I'm curious to know what it evokes for you in the context of finding our calling.
It reminds us that our calling isn't just about us. It's about the impact we want to have on the world,
Yeah.
the mark we want to leave behind. And that impact can take countless forms.
Yeah.
Through our work, our relationships, our creative pursuits, the ways in which we choose to show up for our communities, and the causes we care about.
So it's about considering how our unique gifts and passions can like ripple outwards,
Yeah.
creating a positive impact that extends beyond ourselves.
Precisely. And the most extraordinary thing is this. When we align our actions with our authentic selves, when we pursue our calling with passion and purpose,
Yeah.
we inspire others to do the same.
Yes.
And that collective energy.
Yeah.
That's how we create a more fulfilling and meaningful world for everyone.
That's a beautiful thought to end on.
Yeah.
So to you listening, remember this. You have something unique to offer the world.
Yes.
Trust your instincts, embrace your curiosity, and never stop exploring those hidden passions.
Yeah.
Your calling is out there, and the journey to discover it, that's where the real magic happens.
Keep asking questions, keep experimenting. Remember, uncovering your calling isn't about having all the answers right now. It's about having the courage to keep asking the questions, to keep experimenting, to keep choosing yourself. And as you do, trust that the path will reveal itself one step at a time.
Join us next time as we continue to explore what it means to live a life without limits.
No Limits Podcast.